Today is Thursday, December 18th, and it is officially 1 week until Christmas, and I'm not ready. Today is my day off of work at my primary job at Sobeys, and we are in the middle of a blizzard outside. Actually, the snow has finally stopped, and I think the winds may have finally died down, but we've been having a blizzard since overnight last night. And it has basically shut the city almost completely down, which is, it never happens. There's businesses that are open, but all the elementary schools, high schools, junior high schools, whatever, all the schools in the city are closed today. That doesn't happen here in Manitoba. Sometimes when the wind chill gets to minus 45, the school buses will not run, or you go to school, it's like 25, 30 below and it's indoor recess because it's too cold to go outside. But very, very, very rarely does school actually close. But it is closed today. I got a group text this morning from my boss at the school. Today was not going to be a day that I was going to be working at the school anyway, because I was supposed to have another appointment at 12 o'clock, so I couldn't do both. But because I'm staff, I did get a group text along with all the other lunch supervisors saying, don't bother coming in today, school is closed. That doesn't happen here. Not very darned often anyway. But my appointment at noon today, my hair appointment, that got canceled because it's just not safe to be on the roads. And then I was supposed to see my family doctor for a checkup at 3 o'clock this afternoon. That got canceled and or changed to just a phone appointment, which I'm still waiting on hearing from him. So, and then worship team practice tonight at church. That also got canceled. So nobody's really going anywhere. My daughter just left for work at Sobeys. She ended up taking a Lyft. I couldn't even take her in my car if I wanted to. My car is snowed in the driveway. So yeah. Now, all week I've been saying to my family, especially my husband, I've been like, I'm stressed. It's only a week till Christmas and I'm way behind on the Christmas baking by my standards. I'm way behind. I got to get some stuff done. So I'm kind of looking at today being kind of trapped at home as sort of a blessing in disguise because I get to do some Christmas baking. So I've been working on shortbread cookies this afternoon. And then my daughter, of course, like I said, she took a Lyft to work and it isn't that far. But still, it was like about a $10 thing that she had to pay. And so she's like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do for lunch for food. I said, well, try and get your Lyft to work sooner than later, just in case they're running late. And that way you can stop, you can get some food at the store, have something to eat before you start your shift. Well, rather than having to spend money on food when she got there, turns out the bosses were putting on like a pizza lunch for the staff for free. So that's really cool. I saw that kind of as a neat provision from God kind of thing, that, okay, you had to pay a little extra money you weren't planning on for a Lyft, but you didn't have to spend any money on food. There's a staff lunch today. So there you go. Perfect. So I've been working on whipped shortbread cookies, and then I'm going to see what else I might get into today as far as what else I might make tonight. I do need to do some more wrapping and I have some laundry to do. But yeah, that's kind of been the extent of my day. Sort of an unplanned snow day, but it's giving me an opportunity to catch up on a few things that I really need to catch up on. So there's the tree, and we have a whole bunch of stuff on the entertainment unit too, and on the bookcase over here as well, and on the piano too to my right. So yeah, that's been my day so far. Okay, the kitchen's a little bit of a mess, but I'm just showing you, here's my shortbread cookies so far. I wonder how much time is left on my timer. 13 minutes on this batch that's in the oven currently. Okay, basically every batch makes around 2 to 2 1/4, 2.5 cookies. So I'm doing I just finished making my 4th batch of cookie dough. I'll show you, there's a pan ready to go in the oven over here. So yeah, and then these are for candy cane kiss cookies if I get around to making them. I won't be making those today because they're a good bit of work. I'm probably going to do those on Saturday on my next day off. But yeah, maybe I'll make some pumpkin loaf or something tonight or whatever. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on today is shortbread cookies. One of my daughter's favorite things that I make at Christmas. All right, it is about, I'm just showing you too what it looks like outside here. It's 4:33 right now. The sun is going down. It's going to be dark shortly here. But yeah, this is what it looks like. There's my car. I don't know if you can see how high the snow is around the tires there, but yeah, I'm not really going anywhere. It doesn't look that bad at this side, but if I look out the front door and show you how high the snow is in the driveway up to the back of my car, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So I do have to work tomorrow, so hopefully by then I'll be shoveled out of here or snow blowed out of here, but I'll probably just run my car at some point on the remote starter just to keep it, just to run it a couple times so that it doesn't freeze up. But it is cold here, and yeah, it's been a welcome to winter in Manitoba. Here's a few of our ornaments on the entertainment unit. I'm not showing you the other side of the living room right now because the other side to my right, from about the bookcase over to the piano, is pretty messy. The rocking chair down here is kind of displaced a little bit, but I'll show you that much at least right now. Some of those ornaments talk. The Charlie Brown ones on the bottom shelf there, the lower shelf there, they used to talk, but they don't seem too much anymore, and I don't really know how to open them to see about changing a battery. They pretty much stitched shut. But yeah, there's lots of stuff there, lots of Hallmark ornaments. If I had a bigger house, I'd probably have a second tree, and some of these things would be on a second tree, but my husband likes Muppets. There's lots of Muppet ornaments, and then of course there's, my daughter had like an ornament a year as she was growing up, and one year she had Hannah Montana. My ornament one year was a Brad Paisley ornament. He's one of my favorite singers. And yeah, Alice in Wonderland, Nightmare Before Christmas. These are all ornaments that were hers that we got over the year, got because of her. And some Charlie Brown. My husband loves Charlie Brown along with the Muppets. And then a Nutcracker snow globe. My daughter was involved in a children's choir for 7 years, I want to say. 7 or 8 years, I think 7. I think it was 7. And they performed with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra and the Royal Winnipeg Ballet's production of the Nutcracker every single year for those 7 years. It was a long-standing tradition. They sang at the Piano Nobile, first of all, in the foyer of the Winnipeg Centennial Concert Hall. But during the performance of the Nutcracker, their choir was involved in one specific scene. They were down in the orchestra pit. So I think that Nutcracker came from Costco, but I got it primarily because of that memory. And then back here, these Christmas houses are ones that my former mother-in-law gave me many, many years ago, back when I was married to Rachel's dad. Not the little houses here. Those I think came from somewhere else, but there's 5 of them in the back that are larger. There's the 2 here, and I think the church, and then these other 2 houses in the back. Those came from my former mother-in-law. One of these ones in the front came from my current mother-in-law, who just passed away the end of October. I can't remember which one, though. We got it from her place. A couple of the houses there you can see are lit up, and a couple of them are not. 1 or 2 of them I think just needs a new light bulb, but I think there's at least one of them that we've tried to change the light bulb on, and it just does not work. It's just that old. And then in the middle here, I'd have to get over to it and start it to show you, but this is I got this at Michael's, and again, this is also to do with my daughter's involvement in the Nutcracker because it's a bunch of ballerinas. This Sugar Plum Dance Company, it's called, it says on there. But yeah, they basically spin around and dance like out of a scene out of the Nutcracker, basically. So yeah, so there's that. And then we have the tree. Had to get a new star a couple of Christmases ago because I had an old Christmas star tree topper that lit up that lasted for over 30 years and finally quit. So a little bit of everything on this tree. We've got Winnipeg Blue Bombers ornament for my husband, CFL team, that's his team, and then mine is the Saskatchewan Roughriders because I'm originally from Saskatchewan. And they won the Grey Cup this year. And there's baby's first Christmas ornament from back in 2000 when my daughter was born. A little ornament that my cousin gave me when I was a child. And this is from my sister because she knows I like gnomes. And a gnome, of course. And then there's lots of different ornaments here. Some nativity type ones. Ones with my daughter's name on them. Ballerina from the Nutcracker. We have another gnome over here. Oh, that ornament's from when my husband and I married back in 2010. Some ornaments from my daughter from when she's a baby and as a child. And then Johnny Reed, one of my favorite singers. This was an ornament my current mother-in-law had. She's the one that just passed away the end of October, so that's an ornament we have of hers. SpongeBob, one of my daughter's favorite things in the world. Lots of memories on here. These ones are, they say Kathy and Angela. They're a memory of my 2 sisters that have passed away. And just lots of new millennium baby, you know, lots of memories. I was pregnant at Christmas in 1999, due in March of 2000, although my daughter was born the end of February 2000. She was a few weeks early. That is from a friend of mine from many years ago. This is one that just struck me funny. And that one to me is self-explanatory because Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan is my hometown. Canada geese. My daughter loves Canada geese. Another Johnny Reed ornament. Ukrainian ornament back here. My husband's cousin married a gentleman from Abu Dhabi, I want to say, a few years ago. So they gave us that. And I've got some pewter ornaments on here, several different designs, but they are ones that a friend of mine in Ottawa, Ontario gave me over the years. And Betty Boop, that's because of one of my sisters, my sister LJ. She's a big Betty Boop fan. And we've got Buddy the Elf up there. And we've got the Moose Jaw Warriors, which is the WHL hockey team from my hometown. Lots of different things. I should probably take more time and go through some of these and show you more of the ornaments in detail if you're interested. But for right now, I just thought, since I'm on my way to poke my head out the front door and show you the lovely weather conditions out there, I thought I would stop at the tree and show you a few more things in detail before I do that. All right, I'm just going to show you out the front door here. We don't use this door very often. It's a really old door, very big, heavy door. We don't have a key for it. So we typically use a side door for almost everything. So here, oh, this is going to open. Here's a glimpse out the door. Oh, here's our lights lit up now. Can't really see much from this side, and there's snow on top of them. But I don't know if you can see. Here's the sky starting to get a little pretty too, actually. But there's the back of my car. You can see the snow's pretty high. I don't think that my car, I don't know, maybe I could drive through it. I'm not sure, but I don't know that I'd want to chance it because I'd probably get stuck in my own driveway. So yeah, it's a mess. It's a little bit of a mess and it's cold. I'm going back inside.